art is functional, it serves a purpose and not dormant. It is not a means to collect the largest cheering section, okay? It should be healing, a source of joy, spreading positive vibrations. Now, this and many more you will experience today on the Art Express. Welcome. Welcome back. First on gallery today on the show is Lawrence Kobe's solo exhibition, which explores a dynamic world of shapes, where each form is a fragment contributing to a larger visual symphony, reflecting themes of individuality, collectiveness, and the intricate ways our experiences shaped us. Curated by Ladun Lambo in collaboration with Oluwa Jamiloju Adeyemi at the Alliance Francaise, Lagos.
My journey in architecture and art has been very instrumental to both parts. So for this exhibition, it's obviously focused on the art aspect of myself, and you can see how, in terms of the visual style, it's very, very interesting. So this symphony of shapes is the symphony of everything that you actually experience in life, yourself or someone else. It gives you a different perspective. You can actually see these things from different perspectives, and it just kind of makes sense. You can be confident with your colors. You can actually, and it also ties into, because the visual style is somewhat minimalistic, and in a way I'm reflecting the times in terms of minimalism, but also as a response against minimalism, it's maximalist with the colors. So, a lot of that contrast together. This is titled Army for Two, and first of all, one thing to note is how big the size is. My works are usually not this large, but for this exhibition I wanted to push the boundaries and make a couple of pieces that were extra large. And it's titled Army for Two because it's a family portrait. I have 3 brothers, my mom and my dad, and this kind of captures the essence of kind of what that family dynamic is. It's in the Nigerian society, you have boys and everything, and I think from primary school I had the headmistress, the proprietress calling my mom Mama Boys. And it was just really interesting, like, oh, what's that? That kind of rung in my head, that kind of stuck. And I decided to represent us, kind of reimagine the story as us being soldiers, like in the army, but we're an army for 2 people, the mom and the dad. So it just kind of gives it that whole essence. Yeah, so this is another big piece that I did during the course of the preparation of this exhibition, and it is titled In Full Bloom. So in a way it captures the realization that you can actually just keep going. Your past self sort of supporting the person you're becoming, And that's why it's titled In Full Bloom. It's like you're sprouting out from all of the things that you've learned, all of the people, or rather all of the past selves, all of the things that your past selves have learned, and in a way they still support you.
And this is an exhibition that is in Lagos, but it could be anywhere else. Some people are exploring issues of identity, of Africanity, of other issues. He is not exploring those issues here. In a way, these figures could be anywhere, whether it is in Europe or in America or in the US or in the... So, and this is interesting. And then another differentiation differentiating point, I will say, is the materials he used. The fact that he started working with paper, on paper, is pretty unusual, especially for people who have been trained in art schools. So, and this gives him, okay, it constrains what he can do because he is limited by the colors and papers available. But on the other hand, it gives him a more defined artistic identity. I think I could recognize, or most people could recognize, one of these works anytime.
So far, when I first saw it, I thought maybe like it was some kind of thick paint. When I drew close, I was like, wow, this is actually paper, like crazy. And this particular one here, that blew my mind. Like, it's making sense. It's looking like a PlayStation kind of concept, and I'm really fucking with this one. Yeah, it's really nice.
Well, I think it's his use of the cardboards and materials, because it's different. It's the first exhibition we've had this year that used these materials, and then for us here at Alliance, we pride ourselves as a cultural center promoting arts, visual arts, and then arts in all its forms. But with this is just different, and then it's the uniqueness in the expression, in the choice of colors, play with shapes, and then how he passes his messages that has made this our selection for this month.
This exhibition explores the creation of forms to reflect various themes, demonstrating how each shape, as a fragment, contributes to a larger visual symphony, using the symbolic power of shapes to convey complex emotional and social narratives. Addressing the balance between individuality and community, Lawrence mirrors themes of personal identity and societal dynamics through fragmentation, symbolizing how our individual stories are composed of various pieces, some distinct, others blending seamlessly. Working closely with Oluwajomiloju Adeyemi on space design and layout, this exhibition aims to show the beauty of collective synergy, highlighting how experiences and relationships shape us. It emphasizes eco-consciousness and the poetic nature of the everyday materials used in each work. By incorporating digital media, the exhibition bridges traditional and contemporary practices, creating a dynamic interplay between the tactical and the virtual.
Like a lot of these works, when we were, even the basic arrangement, as you see, it's not random. It's carefully thought out. It tells a story. All these frames tell a story. They're all series. They all tell something different. The color schemes, everything, and even these things that are hanging in the ceiling, they were purposely put there to create a kind of story, to give you an interesting visual, to help you like experience the thing so much more. So a lot of times the design is just, I think a lot about how my viewers will feel when I'm designing. How would they feel? What would it make? What kind of feelings will it evoke in them?
Also on the show, now, as part of Lagos State's commitment to preserving and promoting cultural heritage, the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture put together a cultural heritage event with its captivating performances, colorful costumes, and rhythmic music, drawing locals and visitors alike at the Freedom Park, Lagos. Let's enjoy.
So, well, the most important thing is that Lagos tourism is really rising, and we have who so much believe in entertainment tourism, and also, telling the story of Lagos, of most probably our Lagos. we need to begin to redefine our stories and, let passing the baton to the younger generation. That's what we're doing. Today is World Indigenous Day, and what a way to celebrate it is by, bringing the younger people together. So what we've designed with the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture in Lagos is that we've been able to look at the middle, the youth, and also the elites, the older generation and all that, so they can begin to understand the kind of message and how we're telling the message. So but today is more with the younger generation as well to begin to understand that there's need for us to promote our stories, there's need for us to understand it, and that's what we're using this World Indigenous Day to re-echo. And I'm glad that it's going to be a beautiful day, and a lot of people will go back home today with beautiful lessons and beautiful history about the story of Lagos.
Well, I think for me, culture is the totality of way of life of our people. I think it's enough for us to celebrate our people who are the real aborigines of Lagos. And that's why we're here to support the Honorable Special Advisor to the Governor, Honorable Idris Alegbe, for this lovable program. And for me, things like this bring us closer to our people, especially people who are downtrodden. So we can't forget our culture.
Orí ní ìgbé ní àdó ògbé ní adáfọ́ba lọ́yọ̀ tó forí ara rẹ̀ láti bọ̀dé àdó ìgbà tó ní ń gbé ní ibo ló sáwà tó tó sá ti dání gbèlè yorí.
Where we come from, very important, and the much younger people, for instance, don't really, we don't tell them enough. If we did, they'll be interested. So the more we do this, the more they're interested, the more they see the importance. Yeah.
We need to realize that we have a culture, we come from somewhere, and we didn't just drop from anywhere. So it's actually very important to celebrate the Indigenous Day. And it's also celebrating our heroes past as well. Let's know exactly what they have done in the past so we can build on it for the future.
Today on Theatre, following the remarkable success of Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, Bolanle Austin Peters' latest offering, House of Gar, appears to be a must-watch for lovers of historical movies. A star-studded movie featuring Femi Branch, Funke Akindele, Mike Afolari, Tony Abraham, to mention a few, written by Tunde Babalola, produced by Bolanle Austin Peters and Joseph Umoyibong, also directed by Bolanle Austin Peters herself. Now let's check out how the premiere went down at the Terra Culture, Lagos.
Apanilẹ́kúnjayé. Kínúpé kò ní tẹríba. Ẹyẹ máa gbọ́. Ọ̀dájú ẹsẹ̀ wọn bọ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ sójú.
Àti pinnu wípé ìwọ la fi jẹ Aláàfin tuntun. Àmọ́ ó ní àwọn nǹkan kan tó lè ṣe alátakò dídé adé ọba rẹ o.
I can't wait to see my performance and the performance of others. Everybody came with their A game. We were ready to break a leg. We actually broke a leg.
Ọ̀dájú ẹsẹ̀ wọn bọ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ sójú.
When I got
the script from BAP. We basically had to pitch for how you would execute the design. And then, a lot of research. We reached out to lecturers in Ife, people that knew a lot of things about the Oyo Empire and all of that. And then we came up with a design board, which she liked. She made a few tweaks. And then, we basically had to go to the set, Abelan, and we had to build from scratch. Spent 14 weeks, 12 to 14 weeks building, and then we started shooting.
Excitement, enthusiasm, a little bit of fear. I'm a little bit scared of the warriors and the story, but I love that it's historical. I love that it's yet another amazing thing that Bolanli Austin Peters has done. I'm excited.
Zainabu, seti ready ni. Mabo. Arin kana guwan niye. Aton yon mweru lasan.
House of Ga is a story about the 18th century Oyo Empire Prime Minister Basharu Ga. It's quite an interesting story because we could see how power plays out, and also betrayal, hate, love, and all of that. But I think what's more important about telling this story is that it brings our history to the forefront, A lot of people may have heard of, not many people may have heard of Basharu Ga, and even those that have heard of him may not have known his story. But these are stories that are ingrained in our history that nobody is telling. So we are pretty much bringing them back, preserving them so that not just people now, future generations, even when we are gone, can watch this film and know about Basharu Ga and the things that happened in 18th century Oyo Empire.
House of Ga tells the story of Basharu Ga as narrated by Oyemekun, one of Ga's sons. Ga is the renowned warrior whose battle victories earn him the love of the people and eventually his position as the Basharu. Upon his appointment, he gets straight to crafty work and places his children in positions of authority all over the kingdom. The legendary warrior becomes power-hungry and steps on the wrong toes, leaving dead bodies in his wake. His ever-growing greed and pride cause him to make reckless decisions till everything he worked hard to build comes crashing down all around him.
Ìwọ náà ṣe kí ni?
Tí ìfẹ́ ń lóye àti fún gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó kù lóye.
O fẹ́ joyè. Ìwọ náà fẹ́ joyè. Ìwọ náà jọyè ọ.
The story is about Basharu Ga, who was the most infamous Basharu, or what we call professor, back in those days, who ruled Oyo Empire. And this is his story, his rise, and how he eventually became the person that he became, and how he ruled with so much tenacity, so much strength, and he became this really overriding figure in the whole annals of Yoruba history.
Most of the people in this movie are colleagues and friends. And somebody I call my son is actually in it as well. So I'm sure all of them will give a good account of themselves.
Fortunately for me, Basharu Ga is a story I know. I'm from Oyo State, I'm from Ibadan, so it's part of the folklore and it's a real life story, and I think they captured the true essence of it. It was really well put together. Femi Branch is a fantastic actor, and I think he brought that character to life. It was fantastic. The rest of the cast as well, the support cast and all the lead characters, it was a stellar cast, so I would say 100% to them. It was a very good one.
Having done Fumilayo and Samkuti, which is an epic story, I think we gained a lot of experience. And doing Ga was much easier, as a matter of fact. It was much easier than doing Fumilayo. I think the greatest challenge was actually the unruly horses. getting the horses to obey us and do what we needed them to do. The actors were fantastic. They were very cooperative. They were very hard. It was just a blend of everything was positive. So honestly, I'm happy.
mo pé ìṣòro ńlá gbáà ni gáà ó padà jẹ fún wa. mọ́jọ́ ògbé ní àwọn adáhunṣe tó lágbára tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún ní olúwa mi.
aṣọ̀rọ̀ gáà ṣe dàgbà ká ń yọjú ìran rẹ̀.
àjẹdàgbà kọ́ndé.
Yeah, it was awesome. She's grounded. She's very artistic, and you saw the screen all lit up and all that. So I'm happy I get to work with her. She's magnificent.
èmi mo fi jẹ oyè Báṣọ̀run ọ̀pọ̀ lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n fẹ́ fẹ́ yóò ń gé mi jẹ. ẹ̀yin náà sì gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀ sí àṣẹ tèmi.
It's very personal to Bolanle. It is a Bolanle style. It's not anything you can compare to anyone else or anything else. It's hers. She's thorough. She doesn't let anything get past her, you know. And I find that very interesting. It's the same way that she directs her stage plays, you know. That attention to detail, you know. If it's cinematography, she wants to know how it is. She wants to be able to deal with it. If it's not right, she's not filming it. If it's wardrobe, even if it's one color that is just off, she pulls it back, you know. That's how detailed she is about her projects.
So I've seen the trailer, and I know BAP doesn't joke at all. So I'm just here to enjoy myself and have an amazing time. Basically, have fun, and to appreciate the talented people that are on this project.
I'd like to seize this opportunity to celebrate every talent that was on this project. Every one of these guys is standing out there. Is a superstar in their own right. All of them well accomplished. You know their story. I don't need to tell you. Everyone standing here, I feel so humbled to have been privileged to do this alongside these people. I couldn't have done it if it had not been with their support and with their cooperation. I want to appreciate every one of you guys. You guys are fantastic.
Welcome back. Wow. Now, art is man's constant effort to create for himself a different order of reality from that which is given to him. Popular quotes by Chinua Achebe. This is where we will be drawing the curtains on today's episode of The Art Express. Now, keep creating and I'll see you next week.